Welcome to Western Reserve News, and you're watching the highlights of meetings that we're doing this week. Now, if you like what we're doing, we appreciate your comments. Just click on the contact button and tell us what you think. Thank you very much, and we hope you enjoy this week's meetings. Western Reserve News this week has been at Perry Township on Monday and the Sebring Village Council meeting on Monday. On Tuesday, Western Reserve News was at the Lexington Township meeting in Stark County. On Wednesday, Western Reserve News was at the Salem Township meeting. And on Thursday, Western Reserve News was at the West Branch School Board of Education meeting. So, here we go. And at the August 27th West Branch School Board meeting, Superintendent Doug Phillips gives an upbeat report on the school facilities, and he introduces Amanda Davis as the 5th and 6th grade counselor.
Well, first, I'd like to show how much we're appreciative of our support personnel, custodial crew, food services, transportation, our aides. This year was first time we started school before Labor Day, and to go into the schools, they were unbelievable. If you looked at the floors, classrooms, the buildings, they're immaculate, and a lot of work and effort went into that, and I would like to recognize all the efforts that they put in summer, and that includes our technology departments. Again, when you talk about support personnel, sometimes they're the ones that they're working every day preparing for those students to come and for those teachers to come in their classrooms, and I want to give kudos out to them for a job well done. And also for our staff, our faculty and staff, for a smooth opening week, smooth opening days, and I look forward to a very exciting 2015-16 school year. And also, not on here, but I see she was approved at the last meeting, I would like to introduce the board to Amanda Davis, our 5th and 6th grade school counselor. Stand up.
Hi, Amanda. Thanks for coming. Thank you.
Yep. Western Reserve News was at Salem Township on Wednesday. How's things going in Salem Township?
Everything's moving along really well. I think we're real happy with the way Sheila Road's coming.
Yep.
Wrong signposts, but okay.
All right.
The only thing I have on the unfinished business, I checked on our signposts and we got them yesterday. 110 of them. And you should have I left a receipt in the garage. They called me because nobody was here at 3 o'clock.
They're the wrong posts.
What?
They're the wrong posts.
That's what they ordered of me. I called them after that and they said, sorry, that's all we had. So we either take them or none.
Well, we'll take them.
Western Reserve News was at Lexington Township Tuesday evening, and so was Paul Dent of 1325 Beeson. And Paul was there to complain about being woke up in the morning by the neighbor's rooster.
I'm Paul Dent. I live on 1325 Beeson Street, and I have a situation with my neighbors where their septic system is leaching into my backyard, which ruined my backyard. Caused my septic system to go bad, and theirs is still coming into my backyard. I had mine fixed. Mine goes out to the front ditch, and my backyard is completely ruined. I spent almost $9,000 on my septic system. And it's not only affecting me, it's affecting my other two neighbors behind me here. The smell, the stank. I know that the health department, they've been advised about it. They had the scientific people come out and take an earth sample of the dirt. They do have it lined up to get it fixed. But my issue is, since they ruined my backyard, that they be liable, since my backyard is ruined, I had to mow my grass in my boots and up to my ankles in mud. And I was wondering if the liability would cover my backyard to get it fixed, because it's still coming in. I have pictures right here. And another issue, my main thing is to get my backyard fixed and stuff, but my neighbors east of me, they have chickens, ducks, guinea hens, and they're loose all the time. They're coming into our yards, we have to chase them off. And actually the chickens were coming in onto my property and dusting themselves right beside my house, and my air conditioning unit's right there. And I was telling Jim came up my house and seen it. At 5 o'clock in the morning, I got a rooster outside my window crowing. 5 o'clock in the morning, and I get up and I go into the spare bedroom and I look out and I see him and then 2 other chickens take off. 5 o'clock in the morning, we're still sleeping. And it's just a nuisance, and they're always getting loose, coming over. We had to have them come over last Sunday to get the 2 guinea hens, get them chased back over there. They're going into his yards as well. And like I said, the septic, I got pictures right here if you guys want to see them.
Yeah, we'll take sure. Yeah.
This is...
You say you have talked to them about their birds coming over? And then
he said, I'm trying to... I said, is there any way you can contain these chickens? He goes, I don't know where they're coming out at, but they're constantly running loose. This right here is my backyard right here. That's the septic coming into my backyard. This is one part of it right there too. My backyard's ruined.
And Paul Dent's neighbors were there saying that they had his problems too.
Must be offending property.
I'm Mike Yoast. I live on Julie Street, the first house, 10586 Julie Street, off of Eaton, on the right-hand side. My property butts up against Gross's. Okay? And it is leaching into my property, too. I'm just kind of supporting him. It is coming into my property. I've had chickens in my yard, in my front yard, go to my garage, and it is a nuisance. It is. They yap all day long. You can't shut them up, And I don't even think I've been there for 24 years, and I don't even think them outbuildings are documented on their plots. I really don't.
At the Monday Perry Township meeting, the Perry Police Chief says he needs to put out the Help Wanted sign.
I would like in September to start a process of taking applications for a part-timer, and somewhere in October, November, try to get one hired to replace Corey that I didn't replace last year. I let it ride through the winter and most of the summer now. I'd like to get one more and put us to 4 part-timers.
In their final comments, Perry Township trustees express appreciation to the Columbiana County Commissioners for a $50,000 matching fund grant to build a heavy equipment storage building.
I'd like to thank the Columbiana County Commissioners and the County Development for awarding us the $50,000 for our project.
Okay, I'll second that, and I'd also like to thank the County Engineer's Office for I think they did a very fine job with our chip and seal program this year.
To start off the Sebring Village Council meeting on Monday was the swearing in of Nicholas Coe as firefighter EMT. Then Daniel Patterson was sworn in as a paramedic.
So if you would raise your right hand, insert your name appropriately. I state your name. Solemnly swear. I will support the Constitution. Of the United States of America. And of the state of Ohio. I will obey the laws thereof. That I will in all respects. Observe the provisions of the Charter.
observe the provisions of the Charter
and ordinances of the Village of Sebring.
and ordinance of Sebring.
I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of my office,
the duties of office,
firefighter and EMT,
firefighter and EMT,
for the Sebring Fire Department,
Sebring Fire Department,
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and welcome aboard. Very good. Name of absence. And if you raise your right hand and repeat with me and insert your name and start. I state your name.
Patterson.
Solemnly swear
Solemnly swear.
I will support the Constitution
Support the Constitution
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and of the state of Ohio.
and of the state of Ohio.
I will obey the laws thereof,
I will obey the laws thereof.
and that I will in all respects
I will in all respects
observe the provisions
observe the provisions
of the Charter and ordinances
of the Charter and ordinances
of the Village of Sebring,
of the Village of Sebring,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of paramedic
of the office of paramedic
for the Sebring Fire Department,
of the Sebring Fire Department,
upon which I'm about to enter.
on which I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations and welcome.
The Sebring Village Manager's Report touches on a handgun buyback program.
Just a little extra info based on what Councilman Hart brought up regarding the Glocks. Police Chief is taking advantage of the Glock buyback program. It's purchasing 13 new Glock handguns for a total of $1,390. If we would have bought these firearms individually without the buyback program, it probably cost about $9,000. So it's certainly a huge savings. Includes 3 magazines, night sights, and the Chief has opted to go with 9mm instead of 40 caliber, which we're currently using. So I applaud the Chief for getting a good deal.
And the village manager asks council what they want to do about a Smith Township Sebring fire contract.
One thing I am looking for, and it was mentioned in one of my earlier reports, is I'm seeking guidance from council regarding the Smith Township fire contract. As you may have read in the paper earlier, Smith Township has some concerns about cost, and they were interested in renegotiating the contract. Mayor and I met informally with Mr. Frears, Township trustees. Exactly what could we do. I said, well, I'm going to have to run that past council. I also met with Mr. Freer again, and he wants to consider that. So I'm not sure what council's pleasure is on negotiating or even looking at the fire contract. That's something that I would like to discuss in executive session on the parameters of what you want to do with that. So I don't know whether you want to do that tonight or another session. So anyway, I leave that up to you. From what I understand, having talked to Mr. Freer previously, is apparently Smith Township has designated him the primary negotiator. So Mr. Freer is the person we'll be talking to. So I appreciate your input on that.
Next is an update on tree replacement in the village of Sebring.
Councilman Wright and I took a tour of downtown to inspect decorative trees with Ryan Smith of Enviroscapes. Considering the options, we decided to replace 31 trees. Those are the ones that are graded and caged downtown. All the trees that are downtown that are not constricted by any of that, we're going to leave those as they are. This project would include the tree and stump removal. We're looking at about $31,000. However, we feel that this probably could be negotiated down a bit. We also solicited some other companies. One of the companies was Dan Yoho from Davy Tree to go over the same proposal, and he's going to be providing us a quote as well. Councilman Wright did indicate to me that he met again with Ryan from Enviroscapes out of Louisville, They took a drive down at Giant Eagle to take a look at some other trees. One of the trees they were looking for was an ivory silk lilac. I don't know if I sent council pictures of that or not. Anyway, the preliminary estimate on that would be $695 a tree, which would be about $21,545 total. Councilman Wright was going to see if they throw in a 2-year maintenance program, which would include fertilizer and light pruning. So, with the council itself, we're going to continue to look at and maybe come with a more definitive contract once we get numbers that we like. And of course, the tree types.